No, they had already done the wedding. They had already had sex, and it was in the morning that I just saw that. Please, this is not what I ordered. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for the love and the support on the last video. I'm really grateful. I appreciate. You guys are the best. So I said I was going to be talking about the children of Israel. So I feel like before I start talking about the children of Israel, I should talk a little bit about their family history and their background. Israel was formerly known as Jacob, and Jacob was one of the sons of Isaac, and Abraham was the father of Isaac. You get. So Isaac had two sons, Jacob and Esau. Then Rebekah was their mother. So when Isaac was old, he wanted to bless Esau because he liked Esau. Then the mother Rebekah liked Jacob. So when he told Esau to go hunting and prepare him a very nice meal so that he can bless him because he was already feeling old. Then Rebekah heard Isaac telling Esau what to do. Rebekah quickly went to prepare food that Isaac likes, and he told Jacob that Jacob should better go and collect the blessing. She was going to give him one of Esau's clothes so that he could have the feel of Esau when he goes to meet Isaac. Jacob was scared that he should not go and receive curse in place of blessing, because if his father find out that he's trying to trick him, he's going to curse him. But Rebekah was like, don't worry, anything that happens is on me. That was how Esau missed his blessing, and Isaac blessed Jacob. And when Esau came back, Esau too also received blessing, but then was not what he was supposed to receive. He shall got angry, and he was like, when his father dies, when Isaac dies, he's going to kill Jacob. When Rebekah heard that, she already looked for a way to send Jacob to our brother in Iran. So she sent Jacob there. That was where Jacob met his wives. When Jacob met his uncle, then as he was living there for a while, his uncle was like, you cannot be living here and not be doing anything for me, and not, do you get? So Isha said that Jacob now said, okay, this was going to happen. I'm going to work for you for 7 years, and you're going to give me your daughter Rachel. Laban was like, no, Allah, it should work. He's going to give him his daughter. When 7 years was complete, Laban gave Leah, which was Rachel's sister, to Jacob as the wife. And Jacob didn't even know they had already done the wedding. They had already had sex, and it was in the morning that I just saw that. Please, this is not what I ordered. And Isha went to meet Laban. Laban was now like, that in our tradition, you cannot allow the younger sister to get married when the older sister had not gotten married. Excuse me. Like Laban supposed to have told him that earlier, because you know the tradition. But he tricked him. That one worked for 7 years. Then he now said that if he really wants Rachel, he has to work for another 7 years. But Jacob was like, no, wala, since it was for love, because he really liked Rachel. He worked another 7 years. Then he got Rachel. So at that time, Leah had already given birth to 4 children, and Rachel was finding it hard to conceive. So because of this sisterly rivalry that they had going on even before they got married, Rachel told Jacob that he has to sleep with her maid. He has to sleep with her maid. So any child that the maid give birth to is going to be for her. Even okay, so Jacob agreed. He slept with her maid. They had 2 children. The maid. Then even Leah, that had already given birth to 4 children before, she went to go and give her maid to Jacob, so that Jacob must sleep with her maid. That one too also gave birth to 2 children. In total, they had 12 children, and that was what formed the 12 tribes of Israel. So Joseph was one of the 12 brothers, and he was receiving special treatment from their father because Rachel gave birth to him. Leah and Jacob had always liked Rachel. So the brothers were beginning to hate Joseph. On top of everything again, Joseph now went to go and have a dream that his brothers were bowing, and the interpretation of the dream was that his brothers were bowing down to him, and they were like, "Is this one even all right?" Shasha, they sold him. They sold him to slave trade, and that was how Joseph ended up in Egypt. Then he was favored. Before he was favored, self, he suffered. He went to prison for years. Like he spent like 18 years in total in prison before he became the prime minister of Egypt. And at the time of being the prime minister, that was when there was famine in Canaan, and Jacob told his children that they had to go and look for food from Egypt and all of that. When they got there, Joseph found out that these were his brothers. It was really sad, but I mean, he had to come through for them. So he helped them, and they went to call their father. All of them now moved to Egypt permanently. That was how the children of Israel got to Egypt and started living there. So after different generations, when Joseph had died and the 12 sons had died, their children were left in Egypt, and the new prime minister at that time didn't know anything about Joseph and his family. So he just knew that these children of Israel, they were getting too much, and like what was going on, that if another country wants to start a war with them, that the children of Israel might want to join the other country to destroy them because they are too much. Then he now said that okay, that they were going to start working as slaves for them. The children of Israel, that's how they became slaves in Egypt too. They started doing the hard labor work, and then when the Pharaoh at that time was already tired, because even with the hard labor, children of Israel were still multiplying. So he now said that the Hebrew women that used to, like the midwives, that anytime they give birth to any son, that they should kill the son. But the Hebrew women were not going to do that. They didn't do that, and God blessed them for that. So he now made another rule that any son that they give birth to, they are going to drown in the river. So it was at the time that the rule was made that Moses was delivered, and Moses' parents, they knew that there was something special about this child, so they didn't want to throw him in the they didn't want to like drown him like the other children. So they hid him in the house for like 3 months and were taking care of him. When they got tired, they now thought of something. The mother threw made a basket that was like that could float, and kept the child there. Then the sister went to stand somewhere around. The sister of Moses, yeah, went to stand somewhere around. So because that's the river that Pharaoh's daughter used to have a bath. They now went to throw the child in the river. Then the sister was standing far. Moses' sister was standing far. Then when Pharaoh's daughter saw the child that was crying in the basket, she pitied him and was like, "Oh, she's going to take care of the child." That was how Moses' sister ran to her, that should I get you a mother that was going to take care of this child? So Pharaoh's daughter was like, "No problem, get me a mother." So the girl now went to call her mother that they should come and take care of the child. So after they had already finished winning the child, they took him back to the palace. So Moses grew up in the palace as a royal child, and when he grew up, he saw that his people were suffering, the children of Israel were suffering, and he went out and saw that an Egyptian was beating an Hebrew man. People say Moses have anger issues, but I don't know. So he saw that the guy was beating his brother, an Israelite. That was how he thought nobody was looking. He killed the Egyptian, he buried him. That one went. He thought nobody saw him. That's how the next day he went out. He said he just went out, and he saw two Israelites. They were fighting themselves, and he was like, why are you guys fighting? Are you not supposed to be your brother's keeper? And those ones were like, who are you? Who sent you to be a ruler over us? Are you the judge over us? Why are you telling us what to do? Abi, do you want to kill us when you killed the Egyptian yesterday? Hey, Moses said that one. Something that he thought that nobody knew. As he heard that one like this, he ran for his life. He left Egypt for like 40 years. He went to Midian, and that was where he got married and gave birth. One random day, Moses was walking on the field. He just saw a burning bush. Like, which one is this one again? He was going closer. God now told him that he should take off his sandal. This is an holy ground. And God was like, the children of the children of Israel have been crying to him, and he has heard their cries. And because of the covenant he had with Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac, he's going to save them. That Moses was the one that was going to bring them out of Egypt. Oh, Moses said, ha, him, how? Of all people, he cannot go and bring them. That who will even say he is when he gets there? Who will say something? God now said that when he gets there, tell them that he is I am that I am. Uh, Moses was still not convinced. God now said, okay, I'm going to show you some signs. When you get there, I'm going to show Pharaoh these signs, and he's going to know that I'm not that sent you. The first sign was him turning Moses' stick into a snake. He threw the stick on the floor. The snake, it turned into a snake. When he picked the tail of the snake, it changed back into a stick. The second sign was him putting his hand inside his clothes. When he brought it out, he had leprous skin. Then God told him to put it back in his clothes. When he put it back, he brought it out and his hand was clean. Then the third sign was that he should take water from the river now, pour it on the floor, and while he's pouring it, the thing is going to change to blood. Okay, Moses was still not convinced. Then he was still like, God, I cannot do this thing. I'm a stammerer, Himike. How will I do this? Then God got angry and he was like, okay, I'm going to send your brother Aaron. He's going to come and assist you, and both of you are going to bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. So, guys, that's the end of today's story. Thank you guys for staying to the end. And the next episode, I'm going to be talking about how Pharaoh reacted to these signs and if they were able to come out or not. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you very much. Bye.